course, you had to do hand-to-hand training all the time. Guy comes at you with the knife, you gotta be ready. But this is something else. I'm supposed to learn to tuck and roll away from a guy who can shoot lasers from his eyes or kick a goddamn school bus to the moon?
It's the job.
Before we ever see how fragile humans would be in a world of superheroes, the two characters that we open up with already set up that theme. And if you didn't watch the trailers and you didn't notice the TVMA rating, like I did, you would have thought that talking about it was as far as they'll go.
The thing is, when Molly and I first got together, he was living with his dad, and he was just running wild. You saw the shiner he gave me. That's all behind us now. He stared down his demons, and he conquered them. We're so damn proud of the guy. I never had a kid of my own. But in a few months, when he walks across that stage, that is my son.
We see this guy maybe 2 more times for the rest of the season, and his whole story is a great reminder of what's important to us humans, before reminding us how quickly our lives can end.
It has to be a spectacle. You'd know this if you were truly the original.
This reoccurring clone argument is funny, and it has some good payoff eventually, but it's kind of weird to think that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like, he can clone himself, then in the process, neither of them know which one's the clone and which one was cloned. It really makes for an interesting dynamic. I remember laughing out loud when I saw them, since it's so clearly ripping off the Justice League, and I thought it was super gimmicky at first. But if this show proves anything, it's that ripping off a core concept and making a completely original and unique story still makes for a good story. I mean, what if stories are always intriguing? That's why Marvel made a show out of them. See, like the concept of giving a knockoff Batman a hoverboard is super interesting, and this show lets you know the Guardians well enough that you start respecting them more as the Guardians of the Globe and less the knockoff Justice League.
You're welcome.
J.K. Simmons is always a win. Besides being a great display of teamwork, it also gives us an idea for how effective the Guardians are when they've regrouped and they take on a threat in a measured manner. And that baseline's super important because without it, it would make them look like they were weak at the end of the episode. And it shows how they weren't weak, they were just caught off guard and unprepared.
Mom, what? I'll be out in a minute.
I don't have a minute.
Out of all of the superhero coming-of-age stories of a teenager trying to live up to a mentor, this one starts separating itself already by introducing us to Mark taking a dump while his mom walks in on him. Like, is there anything more human than that?
Looks like we won't be getting breakfast together this morning.
It's the White House, Mom. Kinda important?
Oh, they rebuild that thing twice a year at this point.
She's so nonchalant to the insane stuff that goes on, and I love it. It's also a great juxtaposition to Mark's slightly more concerned reactions.
Boundaries, people. Bathroom doors are closed for a reason, and parents should never ever talk about sex in front of their kids.
Stephen Yeun is one of those actors that I just don't ever feel can be a bad actor. Every time he says a line, I never think, oh, I feel like that delivery was weird, or oh, that's not the way that I would have delivered that line. Like, I'm not an actor, but I've acted before, and it's hard to memorize and read lines from a script and not sound like you're memorizing and reading lines from a script.
Yeah, just trying to break in these new shoes.
He also perfectly toes that line between like the more animated style of voice acting and the more naturalistic acting. If you watch an animated cartoon like the Batman animated series and listen to that voice acting, then watch the voice acting in the Uncharted games, you'll see what I mean.
You're such an Omni-maniac. Sure, he's hot and all, and that mustache. Sorry, okay, straight stuff.
It's weird for Mark because Omni-Man's his dad, but it's also really funny because he just seems kind of homophobic from the outside looking in. He's sort of like, ew, William, I know you're gay, but like, can you stop talking about gay stuff? Jeez. Oh man, I think that counts as brutal, even in this show. Well deserved, but brutal.
Close one.
Invincible's animators love focusing on the details, like with the door swinging closed so he has to catch it with his foot, or the little trail of disgusting liquid by the trash bag, the small tear when he tosses it in. It's the details.
Guess who's finally getting his powers?
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Threw a trash bag into space at work.
Oh, that's great. If you're up for it, I'll make some time tomorrow for training.
Ooh, good foreshadowing to Omni-Man realizing it'll be time to take over the planet. Also, the music starting off dark and then lightening up seamlessly. It's simple, but it's so well done, and wouldn't you know, John Paisano's the composer. I will gush about him later, don't even worry. I might be reaching, but I like to think that the 101 represents a similar format to how TV episodes are named, so this episode would be Invincible 101. The clock is literally showing him that his story starts now.
This is going to be a little awkward. for both of us.
This line frames this conversation as Nolan giving Mark the talk, and it's such a good way to frame it.
It's kind of like how you walk and you don't think about balancing anymore. But when you were a baby, you did. You're a baby flyer right now. You have to focus on staying upright. Focus on going the direction you want to go.
I appreciate the detail and care put into explaining flight in a human way. It makes me actually feel like Omni-Man has flown his whole life.
Get up. Come on.
I'm actually getting used to this a little.
That's not good.
I love these two.
Good. But try it a little more like this.
Like what?
Not really a normal win, I just like the idea of that edit.
Hit me as hard as you can. Again. Again. Harder.
This is stupid, reckless, and 100% something I would have done if I had powers and I were getting physically bullied. While I do kind of wish this had some consequences, it's still really satisfying to watch.
Who the hell are you?
I guess I'm working on that. Any suggestions?
Captain Guy with the hole punch to him?
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
You can see how overconfident he is, already being comfortable enough to make some kind of funny quips. It's the first time Invincible's hero theme plays, and it does not disappoint.
What about ass kicker? No, that sounds willfully childish. What are you thinking?
Wait, he was genuinely considering ass kicker as a potential name? Come on.
Think, Mark!
I want to be just like you.
You will be, son.
There's a little bit of Nolan's self-centeredness creeping in. Usually with a line like that, the mentor would be like, you don't have to be me, be yourself, or don't be like me, be better. But Omni-Man wants Mark to conquer Earth with him, and this is some great foreshadowing.
Who are you talking to?
Sorry, I just need to ask.
Mark Hamill just playing a chill guy who makes clothes and costumes is such a far cry from the Joker and Luke Skywalker and Firelord Ozai, and I love him for it. So in case it wasn't obvious, Mark Hamill's always a win.
Get inside right now.
Make me.
Does that make you feel strong? To know I can't physically make you do something? Is that what you need?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm worried about. I'm nothing like Dad. I'm more like you. I'm nothing special.
Oh, like a knife to the heart with this one.
Debbie has remarkably thick skin. I don't know if I could joke about my kid saying stuff like that and not take it at least a little bit personally.
You don't have to be the greatest Omni-Man ever. You just have to be the greatest you.
There we go. There's the difference in parenting. I'm not saying any parent or mentor who says what Omni-Man said earlier is actually selfish, but Debbie's intentions seem a lot more pure, and we find out later that they are.
What is it?
You're just gonna keep prying if I'm evasive at all, so, I'm scared, Dad. What if I can't do this?
You hear it?
I do.
Get ready. This is the beginning of a long journey for you and me. It's natural to doubt yourself, but if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
This whole scene is so serene, with them being high in the sky, the wind, the really floaty music, and that air of inspiration. But even then, with the slightly dark undertone in Nolan's line,
Do what needs to be done.
puts you ever so slightly on edge. The first of many great needle drops. I love me some slow-mo punches. Invincible's theme is just so good. John Paisano has a knack for writing such memorable superhero themes, and while he gets credit for it, I feel like he deserves so much more. He should really be considered one of the greats in superhero music, and I hope he gets his flowers and then some eventually.
You might as well give up.
My favorite gimmick that I hate calling a gimmick because it really works, and it's super unique.
I've lined my suit with plutonium!
Is this Invincible's version of the Vulture? That's amazing.
Sorry. Got it. Are you okay?
I am fine.
Aw, this is just cute.
Don't worry about him. He can't be everywhere.
Yup. I love when speedsters are shown to be as powerful as they actually would be. Red Rush would have been great as a defense for the whole fight, but of course they were unprepared, and I think his importance is the reason he was killed first. Here it is, that moment where the tone of the show expands past what we all thought of it to be. It can be lighthearted fun, but it can also get so much worse. And you can only really watch it in shock. The way the music completely cuts out too, and you just have to hear every hit, the butchering of every Guardian. This is what a fight between Batman and Superman would look like without prep time. I'm just being real. I'm glad we get a fairly tame murder as a little breather before he one-shots the last two Guardians. See, they did give him a run for his money, which is why I believe they could have won, but it's just a hopeless what-if scenario. The only audio in the credits just being room noise was a genius move. It adds a little bit of eeriness to what just happened.
That building has one purpose, to say I'm the queen and you are my subjects.
This episode also opens with a human monument, which is a running theme throughout the season.
Who all thought they were better than the rest of us.
Ooh, some foreshadowing about the blood Invincible will spill, since that trash bag was the one Mark threw. At least it brought this stepdad and his son together.
You called me dad. I used to worship this guy as a kid.
Oof, the guy that said I used to worship this guy as a kid? People used to look up to the Guardians and now they're all gone.
We're not in the mood for the tour, Donald.
Sorry, Debbie.
The fact that Debbie seems to have more history with Omni-Man's colleagues than he does is so cool, and a dynamic you wouldn't really expect to see.
Who knows, maybe someday we'll even work with...
Okay, sometimes the title card feels out of nowhere and the music sounds like it cuts in, which feels a little weird, but you get used to it. I love the idea of Tom Tom being like a theme song for the Flaxons. That little melody there is part of the original song, but it kind of sounds like the theme that plays in the title cards. Man, first time it's ever been so real for Mark, and anyone his age would have reacted like this or worse.
Who you are, but it's time to go.
Britta wasn't my favorite Community character, but Gillian Jacobs' voice actually fits really well for Adam Eve. Hold on, the school's name is Reginald Fell Johnson? They named the school after the actor that plays the principal? Hell yeah.
Eve? Hi,
Mark, right?
Grayson. Yeah. Thanks for saving my butt back there. Yesterday?
Yesterday? Oh.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was me. I'm, invincible. God, that sounds dumb when I say it like that.
The fact that these two can just have this conversation and know each other like this is really cool. I don't know, I feel like this angle of superheroing is never really explored, and it's refreshing to see it.
I never recognized you before.
No one does. If you don't expect to see a superhero in your school, you don't see a superhero in your school.
See, this is why Clark Kent's secret identity works, and anyone that says it's stupid is wrong. Sorry, I get passionate about this one, but Eve gets it.
Why don't you come by and meet the team after school?
Team? I don't know. I heard they were only everyone's fourth favorite.
Meet me out front after class, Invincible.
I'm sorry, I think they have better chemistry than Mark and Amber. I know they kind of fixed Amber in the second season, and those two do have great chemistry, but even Mark just works so well without even trying.
I know you're there.
Wasn't hiding.
Like I said in my Penguin video, Clancy Brown is always a win. I appreciate the reminder that just because he has a suit and everything doesn't mean he's automatically a pro at flying.
Invincible, may we count on you in the future?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Just text me, I guess. Oh, right, you need my number.
This face got me, I don't know why.
She's not strong enough for us to transfer her to a normal hospital.
But she'll be okay.
Oh, it's too soon to tell, but I hope so.
Man, you can see how much her living means to Mark. Not just the fact that he wants to save lives in general, but also because if he was able to save one person, that means he did good, that his help was worth it. It was the right first step to learning that he can't save everyone.
Is Mark dating Eve Wilkins?
I wish. I mean, no, definitely not. She's got a boyfriend. He is super available. Want his number? I'll write it down for you.
Get you a wingman like William.
Way to go psycho there, Invincible. I take back everything I said about you before, and I said a lot.
I can't help but smile at Rex fanboying over Mark.
You have to be able to take a hit.
Colin!
Oh, great.
A+ delivery. J.K. Simmons, everyone.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Your planet signed up for the program. See?
Urath, this is Earth!
His pupils slowly panning down.
Earth isn't yours to conquer.
Ah, because it's his to conquer. They really make it obvious, don't they?
The Guardians of the Globe are dead.
Okay, I get that the choice of showing 4 credits and then showing the actual end of the episode is a weird choice, but apparently some people skip straight to the next episode without watching the post-credits. I'm actually genuinely interested in what those people's experiences were like, because that just means they missed almost everything about Omni-Man killing the Guardians.
Martian Man was exiled from his own people. War Woman was from a different age. Darkwing... well,
Nolan literally can't help but laugh at the fact that Darkwing was a human being without powers and he was a superhero. There's another hint of how he looks down on human beings.
You wouldn't even let me see him. Joseph is finally standing still, and I still can't see him!
Whew, man, does that line hurt.
I could have been my mom, putting my dad in one of those holes, or me. This could happen to the Guardians of the Globe. It means that none of us are...
I'm sorry, I just need to nitpick this one. There's already a piece of score in the scene, and the intro music cuts it off, which makes it sound weird. The thing is, in some future episodes, the score from the scene does seamlessly lead into the intro music, written as one song, and I wish they did it for this one. It's a nitpick, I know, I just had to say it. But I'll give a win for how quickly this intro manages to go from depressing to eerie.
Discover clues, catch killer, bring to justice.
And buy yourself a few more years out of hell. Don't pretend you do this because you care. You just don't want to go home.
Maybe one day you'll know why.
What an interesting way for Darkblood to basically say go to hell. Also, funny thing about Damien Darkblood, he's based on Rorschach from Watchmen, but there is actually a DC character named Damien Dark, who most of you might know from Arrow's 4th season.
I'm not so easy to kill.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's what Red Rush told Olga.
Hey, he could run fast, okay? It's not exactly one of your premier superpowers.
Okay, let's show the speedster some respect. If Red Rush knew how to phase down to a molecular level like the Flash does, he probably could have killed all the Guardians himself along with Omni-Man and not broken a sweat. I mean, yeah, it depends on the writers, but I truly think so.
You're terrified of me, aren't you?
No, I think you're amazing. That's why I'm calling to tell you that. I mean, that's not why I'm calling. Not that that's not true.
I will say Amber's confidence and Mark's awkwardness makes for a fun relationship dynamic, especially as they keep dating.
When does this all get started?
A montage to De La Soul's gotta be worth 5 wins, right? I think it is.
Somebody ought to teach you some motherfucking what the fuck.
Perfect delivery. I know I keep saying it, but everyone in the cast just knows what they're doing and they're damn good at it.
I'm not talking about the comics. I'm talking about the dirty clothes, the dishes, the tissues.
Fun fact, those tissues were not there the last time we saw his room, so I'll let you guys figure out the rest. Wait, isn't the Grayson house also under constant surveillance by the GDA? So that means... I'm gonna leave that there.
So your basic mad scientist deal.
Have fun, kids. And try to remember, it's a national treasure down there.
Another national monument playing into that recurring theme of man's greatest achievements being reduced to nothing by superpowered heroes and villains.
Cecil asked me to save Mount Rushmore, but I left Amber waiting in the room, so I gotta...
You left a girl in your room while you flew off to deal with a crisis. Good. I mean, not good for her, but good. That's the tricky part of the job, balancing what you want to do with what you need to do. Remember, you're not just a superhero, Mark. You're a Viltrumite. We have responsibilities that normal humans don't.
Right. Yeah, thanks.
They nail the accuracy of the conversational equivalent to unskippable cutscenes that your parents sometimes trap you in.
Calamari for dinner?
I love how they remind you of Omni-Man's stature by having him barely fit to the top of the frame.
Surprise! Ugh, look, I screwed up, Eve. I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't want to. You know I love you.
I know, but that wasn't an apology, Rex.
You're right. I'm sorry. Look, give me a do-over. Just this one time. I'll be better.
Good luck with the new team, Rex.
Fuck.
Yeah, cheating isn't something you come back from. Also, I appreciate getting to seemingly see some genuine sincerity from Rex and a little more of their history.
Good for you, Mark.
I mean, to be fair, Mark wasn't going to be that easy of a rebound, and it's probably good that he wasn't. I love that most of the Mahler twins scenes have Run the Jewels as their music, partially because I love Run the Jewels, but it also makes sense because LP and Killer Mike have a similar partner in crime dynamic as the Mahlers.
I'd say I'll miss you, brother. But I can always make another one.
Even here, it's not explicitly clear which one was the original since their memories are literally the exact same. Then again, if he's done the cloning process multiple times, the true original is probably long gone.
Your men are too slow.
You know, Clancy Brown's Australian accent isn't that bad. I've also never heard him scream like that before. It sounds nothing like him. I like the headline's reference to Darkblood's weird way of speaking, where he avoids using pronouns of any kind, like he, she, they, you, me, etc.
Wow, those are cool boxes.
They're called balls. I wanted to bring one home from the Philippines, but they don't exactly fit in a backpack.
Maybe this is your lucky... Oh my god, look at how cute those are.
Those are rice separators.
And so reasonably priced.
Priorities.
Who do you think they're gonna believe? Me or you?
Well, he does have credibility as a detective, so that question's not quite that easy to answer.
Good to be home again.
Ah, if I have to hear one more time about how you're an original member of the Guardians of the Globe...
You'll do what?
Okay, in Rex's defense, people that hold their OG status over everyone are super annoying sometimes.
Amber, you're incredible and you make me want to be a better person, so at the risk of sounding totally desperate, please don't lose interest in me while I'm gone.
I figure you've banked about 2 weeks of interest.
10, 9, 8,
Maybe 3.
Okay, fine, they're cute, they have chemistry or whatever.
There are Martians? Where do you think Martian Man came from? Jupiter?
Think, Mark!
Mark is hilariously dumb sometimes, and it's super endearing. I feel like every superhero, even the most relatable of them, are like geniuses. So it's a breath of fresh air to see a guy who's just got his heart in the right place, regardless of his smarts. I feel kind of bad for knockoff Vulture. I mean, that's a terrible way to go out.
You're hiding something from me, and it hurts.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not.
You're not what?
I never thought I would have a family. And then you came along. And I love you. And Mark.
Wow, is Nolan remarkably good at pulling sob stories out of his ass. I mean, yeah, he does love them both deep down, but he's also a really good liar and smart enough to be so forward-thinking that even the GDA hasn't found out about him yet. Those smarts and manipulation skills mixed with that much raw power is a really scary combination.
Julius Caesar, one of Earth's greatest conquerors, reduced to that.
I love how he just can't help admiring conquerors.
God, this takes me back.
Well, it was only a few years ago.
Our first date was 20 years ago, Nolan.
Huh.
Ah, another hint, this time at the fact that he's over 2,000 years old. I wonder if Debbie just thinks he has really good genes.
Now do something!
I'm on vacation with my beautiful wife. Let Cecil earn his paycheck.
It's cool that Debbie has actually learned Nolan's nonchalantness towards terrible threats after their 20 years of being together. She's not nonchalant here, but you can see how Nolan led by example a bit. It's accurate to how you learn stuff from your partner in a relationship. She taught him how to feel, he taught her how to feel less.
You can come out.
I'm not hiding.
Callbacks. Creatures that stick to people's faces like these sequids and also Starro from the DC universe freak me out so much.
Welcome to Mars, Earthman.
Jaimon Hansu's in this too? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The show's cast is insanely stacked, but I'm glad to hear him. His little yelps.
I've been wanting to go to Mars since I was a kid. Now I never want to go back.
I love when voice actors play multiple roles in one show. I know it can annoy some people, especially if it's one guy that plays every extra, but honestly, it's just a flex for most voice actors to have that kind of versatility. And in case my point made no sense, I'm saying this because that's Black Samson's voice actor, Carrie Payton. Nope.
Oh, hey, you're back early. Wow.
How was Mars?
She's out of breath, you dirty dogs.
That's the problem with demons. You only see good and evil, black and white. Well, I need to keep things gray until I can figure out why Nolan killed the Guardians and how to stop.
It's the first time it's said aloud that he killed the Guardians, and it feels super refreshing since the audience is known for 3 episodes. Titan knows how to make an entrance. It's a cool shakeup with his powers not being complete invincibility, but the rock actually being an additional layer over his body. It's these impact details that get me. When you throw one guy at another guy with that insane amount of strength, it could result in essentially denting the body of the person it's thrown at.
Don't be stupid, kid. I'm cutting you. Go!
Drawing the line at children is the best way to make you respect the Rocky Hitman.
Hey.
I'm ashamed I didn't notice this earlier, but Mark wears his Invincible colors on his everyday casual clothes. Seriously, how did I not notice this? Literally every superhero does it.
What did we ever do to you?
Shut up! Leave it alone!
There's a place on 3rd and Parkland. They'll put you up for a few weeks.
Man, is that always an interesting conflict. Working for a criminal and hurting people so you can provide for your family, but also helping some of the people you're forced to hurt along the way. Ooh, I wouldn't have gotten that he flew a little bit there if it wasn't for the sound design.
Your lives worth minimum wage, or do you want to fire your guns in the air so you tried your best and we all walk away happy and alive?
Titan's just an absolute sweetheart, isn't he?
Not even scratched? Not bad for a guy with gravel for fingers.
The auto-tune voice. I would love if someone wrote sheet music for all of his lines, or better yet, make a song out of this scene.
I know where your family lives, and that means you work for me until I say you're fucking done.
At least make a song out of this line, please.
That was a small one?
Yeah, you should have seen the asteroid I diverted a few years ago.
I'm not kidding, I hear all of their voices in auto-tune. This is terrible.
You should have seen the asteroid I diverted a few years ago.
I gotta run, Dad.
Whatever that is, your training is more important.
I know, but it's Amber.
Mark.
Dad.
This one time, okay?
Yes!
Oh, they're so cute. God, this finale's gonna suck.
Did somebody ask for butterscotch ripple?
Daddy!
Okay, I won't lie, this fake out wasn't built up that great. I feel like anyone could see it coming from a mile away, but he seems like a genuinely good dad, so here's a good dad win.
Mommy, he got my text.
Good. Means we still have service.
Man, props to Nicole Byer for playing both the mother and the daughter. I wouldn't have known until I looked it up, but she seriously sells them both.
Superhero. Is he a good guy?
That's what people say.
Are you a good guy?
Oof, that pause.
He calls himself.
Ooh, that title card music. Orchestral hip hop. What is it? Orchestral hip hop. Oh my god. Hip hop. Orchestral hip hop can always be hit or miss, and this one's definitely a hit.
What was the name of that place in Bordeaux? The one with the chocolate pastry thingies?
Eclair d'André?
That's it. Thanks, sweetie.
It's so off-putting seeing Nolan do normal human stuff when you know what he did to the Guardians. I can never tell how much of the human experience he's faking. It constantly leaves you on edge. Again, truly sorry for the people who didn't know there were post-credit scenes.
We liked Rex very much, and we felt good that he was keeping you safe. But now that you're not even part of a team...
Rex cheated on me.
Forgive him.
What?
All guys make mistakes. Don't be a... You're an 18-year-old girl. You can't do this hero bullshit on your own.
Man, if this parent-child relationship doesn't hit close to home. It's hard because her parents do just want her to be safe, but there's such a fundamental issue of not trusting her at all, which makes it totally understandable why she'd want to leave.
You missed a few letters.
Pen costs money and you got a long-ass name.
I'm sorry, but for the millionth time, the line delivery. Do I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Mahershala Ali is always a win.
Why would I help you? You're a criminal.
Here's where you can tell Mark has been spending way too much time with his dad, and it made me really happy to see that we were gonna explore the street-level aspect of superheroing with a hero you wouldn't expect at all to be street-level.
Yeah, you know, I'm more like a big-picture superhero, saving the planet, stuff like that. Why don't you give Fight Force a call?
Sure, man, just fly away. Forget about everyone else down here. Let me show you what you don't see from up there.
What, like right now?
I kinda disliked Mark here, and it's how I know the writers are good at their jobs. At this point in the episode, I'm pretty sure Titan has had more screen time than Mark, and that look into his life is valuable, so we share that anger that he has at Mark for being so ignorant to the idea of looking out for the little guy.
This is some bullshit.
Why'd you borrow money from Machine Head anyway?
It wasn't for me.
Mahershala Ali really does have a knack for playing sympathetic criminals that indirectly mentor the young protagonist superhero about why criminals do what they do, usually because they owe intimidating crime lords money, doesn't he?
You know that sometimes people aren't who they appear to be.
Exactly. Listen to your mother.
But I also know that helping someone is never beneath you.
You gotta be careful with the listen to your mother line.
This is where you messed up, so caught up in your own little prize fights that you let this entire bus of civilians crash.
What were we supposed to do?
You pop the tires on the bus, blow that concrete to gravel to slow it down, so Monster Girl can stop it and save lives. That is what you were supposed to do.
While he was annoying about being an original Guardian a couple episodes ago, Samson very quickly shows why he was and why he deserves respect. He leads well by pushing the team and critiquing their actions while still providing solutions to each of the problems.
You could have held him back while Shrinking Ray took care of his snake gunner, whatever the hell he called it.
Snake-orator. He called it his Snake-orator.
She literally shrinks into her seat.
Other people save lives. Mark saves millions. He needs to think big, and you're not helping. You're not a superhero.
When you first came here, you didn't know anything about humans or our society or what was important to us.
And?
I taught you all that. I showed you how to be a hero. And suddenly you think I can't do that for Mark?
That's not what I meant.
Usually Nolan seems to diffuse these arguments with Debbie because he doesn't want to push it and be on bad terms with his family until he turns Mark to be on his side and conquer Earth. But this time he actually got humbled by Debbie, and I love to see it.
You're coming tonight, right? Hey, Eve.
Of course I'm coming.
Do not stand me up on this. Mark volunteered to help me at the Beckwell Community Center downtown.
It's cool that Amber isn't jealous of Eve anymore. She really is mature and a good girlfriend to Mark, aside from one itty-bitty issue with her character when Mark reveals his identity.
The only place we're guaranteed.
Ooh, that little window shimmering effect on the building.
I almost forgot how good I look.
Compliments. Love the detail of him intentionally or unintentionally throwing that tablet onto the ground, because if he woke up holding the tablet, it'd be too clear that he's the original.
Well, I was thinking some tagliatelle from that restaurant in Rome, and maybe that wine from Provence. Thanks, sweetie. Love you.
And here's the most stress-inducing part of the season. I hate it so much, that feeling where the most powerful being on the planet is like a ticking time bomb.
What?
Titan and Invincible know how to make an entrance.
No way you saw this coming.
Is that what you think? See, this is what happens when your head's a fucking rock.
This one got me.
No, I didn't.
What a mean cutaway. Man, Omni-Man takes the whole tough love thing too far, and it makes it clear that he's willing to push his son to the limits, no matter what.
You guys are fucking dead!
Damn, he got humbled. Even his whole Spartan rage thing wasn't enough. Ugh, gnarly, disgusting, kinda cool looking, all of the adjectives. Yep, robot earned it. Badass good guy.
This battle is beneath me. There is no honor in killing insects.
He says only after his entire team has been defeated. Honestly though, thank God he left. He scares me.
Didn't mean for it to end this way, but I gotta take care of mine. Hope you make it.
A little disappointed that he left, but I get it. You gotta look out for your family.
I can barely remember my English class, and you know everyone here by name.
Make the world you want to live in, right?
The right advice for a girl that can literally make anything.
No, we can. Let's work together.
We're losing him.
Amber, I'm sorry.
What's wrong? Was that Mark?
Okay, I'm here.
I know it's hard to love someone when they don't seem to love you back, but Mark loves you. He'd be here if he could.
Man, is the impact of this moment felt and shown so well. This episode was like mid-season finale levels of grand and devastating. What an episode to start this insane video.
Do one, or ideally all of you, want to have sex tonight and get in on the ground floor of my inheritance?
Ew, no way.
Is it about as stereotypical as it can get? Yeah. Is it hilariously acted? 100%.
I know, you're confused, but I'm sure you're used to that.
Can't tell if he's calling the guy stupid or an alcoholic or both, which just means it's one really well-worded insult.
You're going to be beautiful. You're going to be in...
See, there's that seamless transition into the intro music.
Damn it.
Oh, Samson's gonna be so pissed when he realizes all he needed to get his powers back was a defibrillator.
Spinal damage seems likely.
Ugh, Nolan acting like he didn't literally watch this happen.
Did he murder the Guardians?
We don't know. What's more interesting to me is why he would do it.
He's a demon. Here's your why.
I thought I knew him. That's all.
This entire conversation could apply if they were talking about Nolan instead of Darkblood, and you know I love me some layered writing.
You're the most powerful man on the planet, but even your kid won't listen to you. What, this doesn't happen on Viltrum?
No, it doesn't.
Mark's a human teenager, Nolan. It's what they do. It's reassuring, really.
Ooh, the different outlooks on Mark being a human teenager. Cecil in the audience considers it relatable that even Nolan can't control his teenage kid like most other parents. But Nolan kinda hates being compared to human parents, and he hates hearing his son be referred to as a human, since he believes humans are beneath him.
Remember when I first called you? I was terrified, and I could barely talk straight, and I messed it all up, but you let me start over.
And?
Can we do that again? Start over? You're right. Yeah, I don't deserve.
Hey, handsome Mark Grayson.
Aw, if I didn't like their relationship so much, I would find this corny, but this is just cute, which is kind of the thing about most relationships. You'd think you'd never call anyone baby because it sounds corny until you get into a relationship and realize it's just cute.
I can irrigate deserts, bring food to the starving, you know, make a real difference.
Yeah, I get it.
Huh. I thought you'd try and talk me out of it. Rex would have.
She compares her ex to the guy she's probably still crushing on. Not very subtle, Eve.
Need to pick up some dry cleaning. I won't be long.
Oh, come along.
You're on a deadline for the book. Isn't that what you told me, or was I mistaken?
No, that's right.
Then you've got work to do, don't you?
Debbie's not as good at hiding her feelings as Nolan is, and that's actually kind of endearing because it shows us that she's literally incapable of being as manipulative as him.
I like the way you talk to me.
The ass shot will never not be a win.
I'm not gonna watch you ruin your life. This is the opposite of what you should be doing with your life.
And what would that be, Dad?
Give up this superhero crap. I just want what's best for you. A normal life. A house, a husband.
That's what's best for you, Dad, not for me.
I really didn't expect Eve's story to be the most relatable to me, and obviously every hero's backstory will be more relatable in different ways to different people, but it's always nice to see other characters' stories have as much care and thought put into them as the titular Invincible, even if they obviously won't get the same amount of screen time.
The sooner we'll reach our true potential.
Dramatic much?
I'm sorry.
I'm not. You're being a jerk.
Amber for the win.
Mark!
Ooh, classic hero struggle. For Invincible to win, Mark Grayson needs to lose, and it's always a compelling aspect of a superhero story. I'd recognize that razor-sharp jawline anywhere. Oh my god.
Mark, no!
I'm glad they commit to Mark having to save himself and not having some last-minute moment where someone saves him. Not that the whole last-minute save thing is bad, it just shakes things up a bit.
That was my Invincible.
Yeah, sorry, William. Title card already happened.
You really care for her.
Samson, good to see you awake. And yes,
I do.
How does a machine have emotion?
I'm programmed to care for all humans.
I beg to differ. You didn't get your ass whooped in the Arctic for me.
It's nice to see someone finally recognize that robot can love.
Don't tell anyone. Not Cecil, no one.
I'm too scared to tell anyone.
Nope, absolutely not. Did they make his biceps bigger in this shot?
Can I try it on? What? Your suit? Can I try it?
Absolutely not.
Because he goes commando under it, doesn't he? Spider-Man does it too. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. You just scared me.
Oh man, the hurt in his voice because the girl he loves is scared of him. Zachary Quinto treads that line with his voice going between robotic and human, and his acting really sells Robot's feelings. Oh hell no, I can feel the water seeping into his socks. But William committing to wet socks is how you know he loves Rick.
One day it seems like you have all the time in the world, and then the next, it's gone.
This look is scary, but also kind of sad to see. Anyone who's friends with Nolan just has to accept that he absolutely does not care about you and will kill you even if you care about him.
Not now, William.
One thing I liked about this episode is that it's not afraid to let you be mad at Mark. Like, he was pissing me off this episode, but it made the moment where he does choose to do the right thing hit that much harder.
You make me sound like a monster.
Sorry, Sinclair, but those are the eyebrows of a monster. Visual callbacks.
You're not going anywhere.
Hell yeah, I love William so much.
Impressive technology, though. Especially for something built in a sewer. Hard to believe they gave you a run for your money like that.
One thing I was worried about with this episode is that the plot itself would be too separate from the rest of the season, but they remedy that with the setup of Cecil's interest in those cyborgs.
I don't know, man. My stepdad could lose his job at the White House for this.
Stop being a wuss, Matt.
This scene was another situation where I initially missed that this kid is the stepson from earlier in the season. This show is really good at tying in seemingly random little side plots into the bigger picture. Throughout this whole revelation that he killed the Guardians, Debbie is still not scared at all of Nolan. She has full confidence that he won't directly hurt her, and he never does, at least not physically.
They saved lives. They had families. You killed them.
They had no choice.
I don't believe that. I don't trust you. Not anymore. You broke that. You need to leave.
Debbie.
Get out of my house.
You don't mean that.
Get out of my house!
We'll talk later.
Debbie is Nolan's weakness, even more so than Mark is, and that's pretty obvious at the very end of season 2. If you haven't seen it, don't worry, I didn't spoil it however you think I did. But the moment Nolan feels like his wife is done supporting him, done loving him, that's when this season takes a turn and just has a slow buildup of tension from the second he flies off and the GDA reveal themselves.
This is why I'm always late or why I don't show. Because I'm off saving lives or stopping some bad guys or going to Mars. I wanted to tell you so many times.
Ugh, I know you're a superhero.
You know? You know?
I figured it out weeks ago.
Okay, so this is when everyone hated Amber, and it's totally deserved. But the thing that irks me is that it's not an intentional choice by the writers for her to be unlikable. It's a glaring writing mistake and one that's impossible to ignore. Yeah, she's completely in the wrong, and while it sucks that Mark lied to her, he was totally justified in doing that. And I don't know why everyone in the show suddenly acts like he's the bad guy after this. And you know I hate to do this, but luckily I know this is the only time I'm gonna have to during this season.
I filled them with beer. You're welcome. Why are you never this industrious when it involves training?
Rex and Samson going from enemies to getting along is so cathartic, and it feels earned.
It needs to be placed on the upper brainstem. I recognize a Neuralink when I see one.
Oh, to be smart and buff.
Such a screw up.
Okay, enough with the sulking, you big baby. What? You can fly. Your dad's the greatest superhero on Earth, and your mom loves and cares about you. You just need to study and you can pull up your grades. But you were a terrible boyfriend to Amber, and you got what you deserved. Sorry, not sorry.
William Tough Love is the best tough love, but let me just fix that line real quick.
You just need to study and you can pull up your grades. Friends tell friends the truth.
Not like that, they don't. I just got dumped, dude.
You got dumped weeks ago. You just didn't realize it.
I love you, man. But I need someone else to talk to.
Yeah, fair enough. Tough love's not for everyone.
Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe.
I know.
Yeah, appropriate reaction.
Where's Mark, Debbie? Where's...
I don't know how I haven't brought up the blood on the title cards yet, but it's such a cool detail and it puts you on edge, especially if you don't know how the season ends and you're just wondering why it's getting bloodier. I'm also just a sucker for dynamic intros that change every episode, kind of like in WandaVision.
What I'm about to tell you will change everything. Just remember, you're my son, and I love you and your mother more than... What am I doing?
The time we get to see a slight moment of humanity from Nolan, the first time we get a personal moment with him where he's not trying to be threatening or anything like that, he catches himself, asking, what am I doing? He's afraid to be human because he knows it'll deter him from his goal as a Viltrumite, which makes sense because that humanity is what stops him in the end.
This would be painful.
My entire life
has been painful.
Oof, that line is painful.
It creates a copy of your mind. For you, nothing will change. For him, everything will.
I understand.
I think this qualifies as an act of selflessness, even if by technicality he's doing this for himself. It's a special kind of sacrifice, and I can't really think of anything to compare it to.
Oh, the system wasn't designed for neurons this dense. Are you calling us stupid? Yes.
Here's a quick reminder that intelligence is relative. They are not stupid. If the Muller twins are stupid, then I am screwed.
Which am I?
See? It's not just us.
I wasn't expecting this. I closed my eyes and opened new ones.
That line is the best possible way he could have described the cloning process.
We had to make it seamless. Otherwise, one of us knows he's the clone, and that never ends well. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry it wasn't you.
A cool look into the different ways to look at this process. The Muller twins have a reluctant partners in crime dynamic, while Robot's first line to his clone is one of love.
Be happy. Experience everything we never could.
Ugh, the fact that he says we just kills me.
It was an act of mercy.
We know.
See, even the twins cried.
Cecil.
Ooh, Omni-Man snapped. Oh, wow, that's terrible. Wait, why is the score going so hard right now?
You've been spying on me, on my family?
No, it was for your family's protection.
Yeah, Donald, was it worth seeing how those tissues were used? Was it?
It's been an honor, sir.
Brutal, but also just sad. R.I.P. Donald. Ooh, the ground below? I will not get tired of the Run the Jewels needle drops.
I thought once I told her the truth, we'd be good. Stupid.
A little naive.
Hey, you're the one who told me not to tell Amber I was invincible.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to string her along for 5 months while being an asshole about it.
Oh my god, I haven't figured out anything. I don't know who I am, who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, took me a while too.
Now you're this.
I'm still Adam Eve, and I've saved more lives in the last 3 days than I did in the last 3 years.
Sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, Mark has a habit of wording his responses terribly. Also, let me just fix this real quick.
I thought once I told her the truth, we'd be good. I haven't figured out anything.
You wouldn't dare.
Ooh, the way he immediately knows he's being watched.
$400 billion for the world's most expensive nosebleed.
I love that we get to see like the full extent of Omni-Man's strength before the finale. This episode and the past couple of them have done a really good job of showing how powerful he is and building him up as truly the most powerful being on Earth, and it keeps you worried about how the season's gonna end.
He still hasn't told me why he stole my kid face. I adapted your DNA because I noticed Monster Girl found you interesting. What? Wait, what? Oh my god, I don't even know how to feel about that. God damn it, Robot!
The way Jason Mantzoukas plays utter disbelief is just perfect.
I've faced death more times than I can count, but I'll be damned if that didn't put my balls in my throat.
Just some remarkable descriptiveness. Also, it is really cool to see Cecil, the ever-confident director of the GDA, be genuinely scared for his life and out of breath because of it.
Every one of the Guardians risked their necks for you.
I never needed their help. They were weak.
They were your friends, and so was I. But what about Debbie, huh? Doesn't she deserve an answer?
Don't say her name.
Why not? You hurt her. She and I have that in common now.
Another look at Cecil's humanity, the way he's personally hurt by the fact that a person he thought of as a friend is now one of his enemies. I love seeing other people in universe react to Omni-Man's brutality, since I know it was shocking and a little hard to stomach the first time I watched it a couple years ago.
It appears to be fighting the same creature he battled in the Sea of Japan over half a year ago.
What a clever way to remind us how much time has passed since the first episode. Also, this season seamlessly passes time in a way that doesn't feel like we missed too much, and I love that about it.
Here to make sure you don't get hurt.
Jesus, Mark, you sound just like my dad!
You know I'm a sucker for fun little dialogue stuff like that.
Dad! You okay?
Mark.
Ugh, the way your stomach sinks when you see Mark help his dad, since he doesn't know what literally everyone else knows. First time I've rooted for an emotionless kaiju.
Mark's in there!
I can't do that, Debbie.
Why not?
Because I can't. He shrugged off everything I've thrown at him, and now I don't know if Mark is with his father or against him. So I can't call off the one thing that might stop them both.
The unfortunate reality of making the hard choices. Ultimately, Cecil is justified in making this decision since he doesn't know Mark as well as Debbie and the audience do.
Wake up, you useless, murdered idiot!
This has got to be a record for the fastest telling of an origin story, right?
Where is Omni-Man? Where is he?
God, the twitching. Immortal is losing it, and it kind of reminds me of the way the Lazarus Pit from the DC comics works, and how it drives people temporarily insane when it revives them. This is just a cool battle to see, because Immortal and Omni-Man are each a slightly different spin on the character of Superman, so their powers are seemingly pretty similar. Omni-Man's obviously still stronger, and I think that the only thing that makes Immortal as strong of a threat here is the sheer amount of adrenaline coursing through him. A little hint before Mark and Nolan's fight that Mark isn't even strong enough to defeat something that gave Omni-Man a hard time, like this kaiju. He has to use his smarts, while Omni-Man can get away with just using his brute strength. Such a good excuse to make Omni-Man look utterly insane for the whole season finale. Whew, here we go. Mark has the same reaction to blood on his father's hands the way he did when he had blood on his own hands earlier in the season.
I couldn't tell your mother why I was here.
He sounds genuinely sad about lying to Debbie. He really does love her, like I said earlier, and even though later on he calls her a pet, I don't think he actually meant it that harshly. That sounds bad. I'll elaborate on that when we get there.
I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
Okay, so the way that I saw this line is that it seemed to me like he was trying to put in perspective a human's lifespan versus a Viltrumite's, similar to a human's lifespan in most pets. But if you think about how once a human's pet dies, you'd usually wait to get another one after a while. Like, it sounds messed up when you say it out loud like that, but you don't mean to cynically replace your old pet. But obviously the way you love your pet and the way you love your spouse is completely different, so calling her your pet is still an incredibly messed up thing to say about your wife and the mother of your child. But that's just how I interpreted that line, partially, I guess.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum. I don't care if I live a fucking million years. This is my home, and I won't let you destroy it.
You don't know what you're saying.
Ugh, and Nolan uses the classic "you're too young to understand" sentiments that a lot of parents to 18-year-olds use, except in this case, it's obviously a lot darker. Oh, that look after hurting his own son? It's not completely a look of remorse, it's more of an apology for what he has to do.
It's not too late!
Yes, it is.
That blunt and deadpan line delivery. He's barely breaking a sweat, and it's scary.
Oh, man. Thank you.
You almost killed him! No!
Jesus. Honestly, that's probably a quicker way to die than falling to your death, but man, Nolan pulls no punches.
Killed him!
Now or in 50 years when he's old, what difference does it make?
What difference? He'd have a life.
This is a great look into Nolan's perspective on life. He's lived over 1,000 years and he doesn't value his own life. He really only lives for the Viltrumite cause. So when he's spent 1,000 years not living for his own happiness, he wouldn't value someone trying to make their life worth the 80 years they might be alive. He knows human life is short, but he doesn't know that that's why it's special.
Don't be scared, okay?
Man, he's still trying to inspire hope in this kid, and part of the reason he tells her not to be scared is because he's absolutely terrified.
Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Oof, okay, maybe he doesn't love her as much as I thought, but to be fair, human lives don't technically mean much in the grand scheme of things, even in the real world. Honestly, knowing that kind of takes the pressure off, at least for me. If I embarrass myself, I just remind myself that in 500 years, probably no one will remember me or this moment. This episode and the first episode's post-credits are examples where the TVMA rating is the only way to do a show justice, and man is it worth it. All of that foreshadowing, from the first conversation being about mankind's fragility in a superpowered world, the Burger Mart trash bag exploding and foreshadowing the blood Mark will spill, it all ties back around in this episode masterfully. And I'm saying this all now because I know it'll get much worse throughout the episode, and I might not blur it out unless YouTube gets mad at me.
Please.
Oh my god, that face. Ah, they really wanted to reference the double punch thing from Man of Steel, didn't they?
You're not a robot anymore, remember?
Aw, young love. Well, no, young but technically full-grown adult love.
Had enough yet?
I'll stop you.
I'm ready when you are.
Quipping while beating the ever-loving crap out of your son. Maybe not that one. Don't abuse your kids.
I won't let you.
Man, Mark's still not afraid to stand up to his dad after all of that.
What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Damn. I don't know if I can keep defending Nolan.
This is a waste of everyone's time. There's so much more I could be doing right now.
You're gonna miss it.
Notice how she doesn't bother arguing with him. It's implied they've probably been married for about 7 years at this point, and she knows he's still learning to love humanity, so she's patient with him.
As we get older, it's harder to feel that. The weight of the world, it bogs us down.
Nice one, honey.
But our children remind us of the joys in life. It brings us back, shows us what life is all about.
For all the people that wonder why someone would want to have children when there's so much work or annoying sometimes, this is one of the biggest reasons.
Dad, did you see that?
Oh, that was amazing!
Yeah, I saw.
The music, Steven Yeun somehow emulating the voice of a child enough to make his happiness sound like the genuine joy of a child, the smile between Nolan and Mark. Man, does this moment hit. Then that match cut hits you just as hard as it hits Nolan. It makes him and the audience realize he's not just beating up a mini him. He's beating up the same kid he cheered on in baseball, the kid he told stories to, the kid whose diapers he's probably changed, the kid who looked up to his father more than anything. Not to mention that kid is also the only one who still has hope that his dad is good and that his dad loves him.
You'll live to see this world crumble to dust, and everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
And Mark delivers the line that collectively broke all of our hearts. I think I gotta give another 5 wins for the way that line was built up and the way it was delivered.
You're safe now. It's all over.
Nothing hurts like seeing a mother trying to stay strong for her kid.
We haven't earned it yet.
Seriously? Fuck off.
I said stop! Now we look like a team.
This moment was just sweet. Goosebumps.
Lights.
Where'd all that go?
The water America drinks so conveniently from their taps is laced with a chemical that inhibits the ability to see certain frequencies of light. Those frequencies are used in this room. You and everyone else in America do not have the ability to see the things in this room.
Honestly, I thought this was an oddly elaborate way to explain how the room works, so it makes me wonder if there's some dangerous Canadian dude who gets into this room later on or something.
Much better.
He literally stretches his legs, but in the air.
Guess who's finally getting his powers?
Oh, that's great, son, just great.
I'm scared, Dad. What if I can't do this?
This is the beginning of a long journey for you and me. Along the way, you're gonna need to do things you don't want to do. You're a Viltrumite. We have responsibilities. Humans don't.
I want to be just like you.
You will.
Man, the way the flashback goes from nostalgic to haunting is such a great excuse for the editor and composer to flex their muscles, but also it sets up the theme that shows up in the second season of Mark being afraid of turning into his dad.
Mark!
Shut up.
I can't believe our time together was a lie. I wish he'd come back.
Ugh, that's just heartbreaking. Even after he did this, she wants him to come back because she needs closure, and she also just misses her husband.
Can we talk about something else?
We can try, but it's literally all anyone is talking about in the whole world. Okay, sorry. New topic.
Good effort, William. All too relatable.
You know about Mark and Omni-Man now, so you might as well know about me. Well, I'm Adam Eve.
What? Oh my god, you can make doubles of yourself.
No, that's duplicate. I'm the pink one.
Oh, right. Of course.
The fact that Amber didn't realize that when Eve should have been easier to figure out compared to Mark, considering the fact that she doesn't hide her face and her superhero name has her nickname in it.
You're a Viltrumite, but you don't work for them. And your dad tried to take over the planet, but then left? That is super weird for a Viltrumite. I'm the one who should be apologizing. If I'd checked my orders properly, I would have seen that Earth was flagged for Viltrumite takeover.
The writer's way of setting up Alan just deserves some praise. We and Mark get introduced to him because of the whole Earth and Urath mix-up, and the only reason Alan's not dead is because Mark went up to investigate when the GDA asked instead of Nolan. If it were Nolan, he probably would have killed Alan. And because Alan got the planets confused, he wouldn't have known to tell Mark that Earth was flagged for Viltrumite takeover. Serious props to the writers for writing in Alan so cleverly.
Thinking about everything I've been through, how huge it all feels. But the fact it's just a small part of something much larger makes it all seem more manageable.
A little hint at how this is the first of apparently 8 seasons, and that length is manageable for the writers to adapt all of Invincible's 144-issue main story from the comics. And considering this is the first of those seasons, I'd say it went really well. I think I can forgive the writing mistakes with Amber's character since it really is the only glaring problem I can think of. The show presents itself as a standard superhero show until the end of the first episode, but even then it sets itself apart with the harsh, gory reality of superheroing while still making a unique and suspenseful story out of the standard archetypes the characters start out as. And I know some think that the show is too gory, but I really don't think it's gratuitous or anything, and I don't think the same of The Boys either, which this show has inevitably been compared to. The difference is, The Boys gore is to make you realize how dangerous the Supes are and why you should be afraid anytime Homelander's on screen. But Invincible uses gore to make you realize what's at stake for the superheroes of this world and how the precious lives they try to save can end in an instant. Overall, this show is oddly heartwarming to watch, and I think it's because of the cast. Not only is it star-studded, which is cool and all, but the performances are actually just really good across the board, with Steven Yeun being a standout. I think John Paisano also really delivers with a score here when it would have been easy to have a standard superhero fare that just doesn't stand out. Considering I feel like that's all we get from the MCU these days, I was pleasantly surprised to hear themes that were so memorable. Now, the animation could be better, and I know that a lot of people criticize it, but I don't mind this style, and I say that because I grew up on the Justice League animated show, which is animated similar to Invincible, and given that Invincible takes from Justice League's premise for the Guardians and all that, it feels like the right animation style in my opinion. Plus, it's clear that the animators do love this show dearly, almost as much as I love you guys. What'd you all think of this season? Let me know in the comments. As always, you guys are an absolute win, and I'll see you soon.